We're back with part 3 of LaPortia Renae. I'm not going to tell you what we're laughing about. This is getting off the rails. You were talking about the Glory Hello Stay With Me week. I want to ask you real quick, when you had that back and forth about Stay With Me, like didn't want to do it, I was wondering, like, why didn't you approach it from like maybe a place of God in the lyric of like a woman who felt abandoned by God, or could you find another jumping off point for the lyric?
We
or was
actually
it just
tried that, and it just didn't work. Like
nothing took off.
And actually, I approached it from that point, from God, while performing it, which is how I was able to sing it as good as I did. But it still was like, a disconnect because it just, some lyrics just didn't go with that. So
were you when Harry was like, how did you feel about singing it? Were you like, I don't want you to ask me that, or did you just figure?
No, I was like, come on, ask me, because I know, I knew if I felt a little disconnected, then my fans felt a little disconnected, and sometimes they comment like on Twitter and they say something was off, and I'll like it because I'm like, yes, you see me, yeah, it was. So I wanted to give them a fair explanation as to if they felt any disconnect. Yeah. Why?
And they say the camera doesn't lie. I mean, I don't think it does. Mm-hmm. People sometimes say, I got a bad edit on reality TV, and I'm always like, if the camera's on you enough, you start to know where people are at. And I also was like, why did they give you Hello? Because Harry's like, we want to give you a song that's basically impossible and you can't succeed on.
I managed to not do that song the whole season, and then when it comes to their choice, they say Hello. I laughed when I found that out. I was like, kind of expected it. So yep, I knew you were coming up somewhere.
Had it been Hello or I Have Nothing, which would have been?
I Have Nothing, definitely.
You would have taken that. Yeah, I think you're right. Mm-hmm. Finale week. How much did you want to win at that point? Were you like, I must win this thing? Or was it like, I must get through 3 songs and have my voice be able to hold up?
It was like in between. At that finale week, I just wanted to make it into finale, like be top 2 somewhere. Because either way, I really felt like it was a blessing either way. And I didn't know that, I had already had a blessing kind of waiting on me with Motown.
Right.
I was thinking, it was a blessing even without knowing that. And then I found that out right after, like the same night Trent won, right after we got off stage. They surprised me
almost immediately.
Yeah. So, I just felt good about being in top 2. I was like, as long as I make it there, I mean, I get a car, I get some money, I get, so from that point, I just tried to make sure that each song I sang was kind of like an audition to a record label.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And it kind of worked.
Yeah. I had been auditioning and didn't even know it.
The day after Idol, you were on a conference call. You entered the news cycle because you weighed in on the anti-LGBT law in Mississippi, and it took on a life of its own. Were you surprised that happened? Did you know a lot about what the law was? Like my husband and I could be denied service in a restaurant, which is a little and I don't know if you wanted to clarify your feelings on that.
I mean, I can. That. So, no, I knew nothing of the law. I still don't know enough to comment on the law. But I was asked that question, and it was like it blindsided me because I wasn't expecting it, and I had no idea that there was even controversy going on in Mississippi besides the Confederate flag. Mm-hmm. So, when I answered, I tried to just, my overall message was we should love and respect each other no matter what. Yeah. Even if we don't, live the same way or, whatever. And I thought I said it in a way that took up for the LGBT community, but I was offensive by using the word lifestyle, mm-hmm. which I wasn't aware because I don't have these conversations all the time. So I'm still learning about different things.
Right.
In Mississippi, we don't even really talk about. I mean, it's just not
You're from a small town, and you're 22 years old.
So
I get what you're saying.
I deeply apologize for using that word. What I should have done was not been so general. Yeah. Because I have gay friends who feel like it's a choice, and so I was speaking from that point. But some people feel like it's not. So I feel like I shouldn't have generalized. But my overall message was that we should just, love and respect each other. And I stand firmly against discrimination. If the bill has anything to do with discrimination against a certain group of people, I completely am against that. So.
Fair enough. Well, I wanted to give you a chance to address it because I know you guys have been sort of living in an idol bubble and probably not reading a lot of news.
Yeah, we don't. We don't even watch the news. Like, I knew nothing. I don't even think Trent knew, and that's where we're from. Yeah. So it was so crazy, the idol ride. So we kind of were disconnected from everything that was going on. So.
Where do you take yourself from here? We've seen winners and runners up go on to great, huge heights in the music business. We've seen some of them have very small careers. What would success be for you?
Success would probably be just a comfortable life for me and my daughter. That's really all I wanted. I mean, I don't have to be like super famous or, super rich. I just want a comfortable, good life. And it would also be inspiring and bringing people together. That's my main focus. I really want us to kind of all come together. There's a lot of division and diversity, and I kind of want to be that role model, that kind of figure that just makes you smile when I come on the radio or you hear my lyrics and it touches you or inspires you in some way.
Do you write?
I do.
Have you played any of your songs for the Motown folks here, or has that not happened?
No, not yet. And after seeing different hearing different songs and meeting different writers, I don't think they're gonna hear them because they're like they're crap compared to what they write. But they're just kiddie writing. I mean, they're not.
You're not married to having them be your first single. But maybe we'll get some drums, some shirtless drummers.
Yeah, maybe
in the first video.
I know I want an African video of some kind. I love like the African animals. Elephant is like my favorite animal.
Yes.
So,
yes.
Lion.
Well, and with Elastic Heart and Glory, you've already gotten that rhythmic drum beat situation is happening. It somehow keeps coming up in your music.
Yeah, because that's what makes me feel good. When there's like just a nice groove and it's kind of I love the drums, so I didn't even notice that, but it keeps coming up.
An inspiring message, I guess, is your other.
Yeah, I guess
those
so.
Together.
Yeah,
you can't go wrong. Inspiring message, a lot of drums, shirtless guys. We're set. Go to work, LaPortia.
That's right.
Go to work. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you.
All right, best of luck and Idol Looney style.